Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, gentlemen, wherever you are on the seas and on this rock. Captain Pizzazz here with another MGTOW minute. So today's little talk will be about anxiety. We all have it. We all get it. I went and visited my attorney yesterday, and I was very anxious about that visit. But after the visit was done, my anxiety level went down quite a lot. So we'll get right into the little talk here. You see me looking down, I have my notes on my laptop. So attorneys will tell you that the most anxious time or the most anxious moments of a trial aren't during the actual proceedings, but stem from the time when the jury leaves to start their deliberations up until the time the court clerk reads the verdict or the judge reads the verdict, whoever reads it, wherever. I don't know the proceedings like that. So other than jury deliberation, everyone is basically waiting. And that breeds anxiety. The anxiety is partly in the anticipation of the outcome. Let me take a drink of tea real quick. A little parched. The anxiety is partly due to the anticipation of the outcome and not knowing the outcome. There's also a major reason for the stifling anxiety. No one has any say or control once that jury is out of sight. That lack of control is directly correlated to the anxiety. So now, Stoicism is instrumental in helping us overcome anxiety in our daily lives. To reduce anxiety, Stoics note that it is important to make a distinction between what we can control and what we know is beyond our influence and out of our control. For example, we'll go back to trial because I talked to my attorney yesterday. During a trial, an attorney has the control over their trial preparation and notes and everything they do. On the other hand, no one in the court has any control over what the jury does once it enters their deliberation in the room in the back, wherever they go, to get the verdict. Since no one has any say on what they do behind those closed doors, there's no reason to be anxious over something that you can't control or do anything about. In many of our life experiences, we may have control over the processes and how to get to those processes, but not the outcome of those processes. In fact, we could do everything right and the outcome could still go horribly wrong. It happens. Consequently, we have to do our best with the parts of our lives we have power over to control and let go of the parts or the wasted energy we expel, because anxiety is wasted energy. And let go of the things that are beyond our control. Now, I'm not talking about clinical anxiety. This is just general everyday anxiety. I know there's some people out there that are diagnosed with like hella bad anxiety. I get that. We're not talking about that. We're just talking generally speaking. Excuse me, guys. By letting go of the things that are beyond our control, we reduce a lot of the mentally harmful, unnecessary, and self-inflicted anxiety. As a personal example, I saw my lawyer yesterday, and in 5 days I have a hearing coming up to determine if the shackles of oppression by the state will be removed from my life, which will be nice because I know it'll go well. And while I have control over the things I say and do and the emotions I convey during that hearing, ultimately I have no control over the final decision of the hearing officer. None. I can only influence the decision. I've noticed I've been more anxious because of this hearing coming up lately, but now that I went and saw my lawyer, got a little prep session, got a little pep talk, all that good stuff, I realized the decision is out of my control and my anxiety level has markedly gone down. I know that when I present my case as best I can with confidence in a non-confrontational way, I know the outcome will be in my favor. I know it will. So once we make a distinction between what we can control and what we can't, we can release attachment to that for which we have no say over and to that which we have no control over. As a result, our anxiety level will be substantially decreased, like mine has now. I spoke about this in my stillness video, and this video is along the same lines, although a bit more focused. Because the reason why, I would assume the reason why you're searching for that stillness is you have some anxiety as well. So gentlemen, to help with that anxiety, take some of the things off your plate that don't need to be there. That will greatly reduce your anxiety. Try to train your mind to remove the thoughts of things you can't control. That's the easiest way. Tell yourself you can only influence the outcome, which is what I've been telling myself, and it's worked greatly. You can only influence the outcome. And try to do everything in your power to command that influence with confidence. Like in my case, I'm going to I meditate, I study what I need to study for the hearing, I practice questions I've been given for it, and I go over that multiple times, and those are the things I can change. I wield the influence over my part of the hearing. I control that. Not only does that lessen my stress and anxiety, it also prepares me for the questions that are going to come up in this hearing and lets me use the energy where I otherwise would have spent being anxious. It lets me take that energy and be the best in that situation and prepare the best for that situation. And this can apply to any anxious situation you may be faced with in life. I mean, if you have time to prepare for it. There's some anxious situations where you just don't have time. Like if you, God forbid, you happen to get in a car accident or something, it's really no way to prepare for that. It's a very anxious, scary time. A lot of us have been in car accidents. We know firsthand. So I know this may be difficult given differences in anxiety levels with different situations, but I also know you all have the confidence and drive to succeed in making this happen and lessening your anxiety. And like I said earlier, this is only general anxiety. This is not clinically diagnosed anxiety. That's a whole different thing that I know nothing about. Just like general depression and diagnosed depression, those are two completely different things. So even if that confidence and drive is trapped deep inside of you, blocking out the things you can't change and pushing forward to success will help bring out that confidence, bring out and grow that confidence and drive that's hidden inside you. And you'll feel like the feeling of that, like every time you get a little bit more confidence, every time you get a little bit more drive, every time just, oh, excuse me guys, you get a little bit more. And once that confidence and drive starts to appear, there's no limits to the possibilities of things you can accomplish, gentlemen. So, the final thought for this video that I have, gentlemen, take some things off your plate and do some amazing things. If you like that video, please like it, of course, down below. Subscribe, share it with somebody who might need it, might be in need of it. I'll put a link down below to my coffee account if you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. So, anyway, guys, this is Captain Pizzazz signing off for now. As always, stay safe out there, and life, love,